debut episode of the Northorious Podcast.
Yeah.
And I think we deserve a round of applause for this because it's something huge, man. Razaq, you're not clapping, man.
Thinking of this and making it come live, I
Yeah.
think that's actually big. So
Actually, is really big. And we have Jenny in the building.
Yes, hello guys.
Yeah. This podcast, or the idea of this podcast, actually started with Razaq and myself and Noel. It started on Twitter, yeah?
Yeah.
Actually started on Twitter.
All bands on Twitter.
You know, like we always talk about like what's happening in the music industry, and
I think it all started on Twitter because I saw
you saw
a thread
Oh, okay.
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. Then I
Wow.
was like, yeah, I'm here for it and stuff like that.
Oh, she actually I think I saw her.
Yeah, I replied.
Reply.
Yeah, I think I saw her
on
reply.
the initial
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
Then I
Yeah.
was like, yeah. I'm
Okay,
here
so
for
yeah,
it.
that's like how the whole podcast started. So like, I'm DJ Ruffee, real name is Doko Salihu.
I'm Razaq Adiliki, not Davido's cousin.
We wish, man, we wish.
I am Nuelnonny, Ubaba Emmanuel. Well, Nuelnonny. And then we're meant to have PK and Abdul.
Yeah, but
But Abdul is
unavoidably
fasting.
absent.
Abdul is fasting. So
yeah.
And
So big
then-
shout out to PK, big shout out to Abdul
Yeah.
and Jenny.
Oh yeah, I'm Jennifer, mostly known as Jenny Dan.
Yeah. On Twitter.
yeah.
On
Very good Twitter bio.
What's that
Yeah, so like what makes the Nothorious Podcast actually unique is the fine blend of people from different backgrounds. We have people in the media, we have people in journalism, we have an architect, you know, we have pharmacists,
Public.
Who
You
is
know,
a pharmacist here?
PK,
Oh, okay.
you know, so yeah, we have like
And
people.
then Abdul is
Abdul is a rapper.
Abdul was never a rapper. Abdul is just into the music management and whatever. Abdul is the background guy that
Yeah.
makes all the money.
Yeah, true that. So yeah, that's what makes the Nothorious Podcast like really unique. And then I think part of the reason why we actually decided to do this is because we feel, and I think we know deep down in our hearts that the North is not fully represented when it comes to opinions. You know, and we need to actually change that narrative about the North. You know, like when people do stuff, the opinions actually usually come from the South. And it's time for us to actually change that narrative in music and sport, in entertainment, in lifestyle, in politics.
Yeah.
You know, like it is time for us to actually make people understand that the North is not all about violence, it's not all about unrest, it's not all about Boko Haram. The North is beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, we need to change that stereotype, and that's why the Northorious Podcast was actually
No, it's
created.
actually crazy. You tell people about the North, and then the first thing that comes to their mind is violence.
Yeah.
And all the bombs and stuff. Meanwhile, this boy is here. Okay? And the girl. She's actually
I'm
somewhere
actually
turning
like-
up. And then the bombs and stuff are going up.
Yeah.
And then everybody's having fun. You can actually stay in the North, have fun, live life.
Like Medjugorje is a beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful place to be.
Even
Forget the
with
stereotype.
everything,
Yeah,
people
Jos
are born
is
in
Jos
music.
is Jos is another topic.
Yeah, true. On his own.
Just another topic.
You
We
know-
can't talk about
Kaduna, like no man.
It's fun.
Yeah, you know, like we could actually go on and on about the whole 19 northern states, and
So
actually,
can I just say, like, do we classify ourselves as like the North?
yeah,
Or
because
sometimes we're in between. Like, are we
North Central
or
people.
not?
As
Oh,
much
yeah,
as
so
okay,
it's like
people
we have a lost identity.
No, we do not have a lost identity. Like I do not want to believe we have it,
Yes.
because when you say the
Well,
19
kind of.
northern states,
Yeah, but you meet someone and you be like, I'm from Jos. You'll be like, oh, I'm Northern or I'm Hausa. You'll be like, you're from Jos now. You're not North. You know?
that's
Like,
that's
it's just-
like
Yeah.
This narrative has a way of, if you go down to the south,
I was about to say
Yeah,
that.
they assume your
you
house.
are from
yeah,
Jos,
true, Sha,
You
true.
just say
It's
your
your
Hausa.
Hausa,
Yeah.
your
probably
Hausa.
say your Hausa as in.
So it's very pertinent that we actually correct that narrative. You understand? So people, there are people in the North Central who, or the Middle Belt, as some people like to put it, who do not want to be associated with the North,
the North.
No.
and that's why we are
Yes.
here to let people know that the North is not all about that.
Yeah.
It's not all about, because like we have part like people here or like who are not actually descent of the north, like
we cannot,
but that is not.
Me and Razaq can't say we have anything because he's a proper Lagos boy. I am from the southeast. And,
but
the whole thing is the north is accommodating.
Yeah, exactly.
It
And that's
accommodates everybody, so there's just no difference. Like you can't come to Jos and feel like
you do not belong.
Yeah, you do not belong here. So compared to,
and that's why we can actually proudly.
Funny enough, the guys that claim like the J Town, like the J Town guys are popping outside Jos are not really like.
They're not
MI, P Square.
I feel like
Mikel will be like,
this is another conversation.
Young girl is not, India is not.
Like,
so
it's just Ice Prince.
Yeah, so like we all are proud.
And,
you understand?
We actually claim Jos
So you see, like MI and I even be called Northerners, like because they're from the northeast.
Yeah.
You understand? They're from the northeast.
Yeah.
Yes. India is from Benue.
Yeah.
So he's a Northerner. So like that's where we're trying to say, okay, once you're part of the 19 northern states, you are a Northerner, irrespective of the geopolitical setting, whether it's northwest, the northeast, or north central.
Yeah.
So and the Notorious Podcast is actually here to stay. It's here to stay. It's here to change the narrative,
change the game,
and we keep saying that it's here to just like change the whole game. So since this is the first episode, the debut episode, we not like to bore people so much and bore our listeners so much, but we go straight to the discussions. That
shout out to Gang.
Yeah,
he's recording us. So
shout out. Shout out to McCoy also.
McCoy is housing us. So.
Yeah, so McCoy is like he's the big brother here. So shout outs to him. I think what are we talking about?
So which one are we starting with?
I think first of all, we're going to be talking about Tiwa Savage's new deal with Universal Music. We're also going to be talking about, like we said, we're not just limited to music alone. We're going to be like all encompassing lifestyle, entertainment and all of that. So we'll start off with Tiwa Savage's deal.
Yeah, then we would move to
Zlatan.
Yeah.
Zlatan.
Yeah.
Naira Marley. Why are you not sure of yourself? Why are you? Yeah, so we're talking about that, and of course we'll be talking about the raid. The Abuja raid on the police raid, the clampdown on clubs and and the alleged human rights violations. We're talking about that, and also if we have the time, we'll be reviewing an album.
Alternate ending.
The alternate ending.
That's like
the shouts out to Boogey and Payback, man. Like that album is
fire.
Anyways, we'll get to that.
Abdul has his own.
I also do, but
we'll get to that part.
Let's when we get there.
So Tiwa Savage.
Yeah.
A new deal. After 7 years, Maven Records. Did fantastic. I want to believe she did fantastic.
Yes.
The records
she
she
made
made. But she made records. Chart-topping records.
This is the thing I have a problem with. If she was doing so well here, why did she need to leave Maven and why did she? They're not hearing me. Why did she need to leave Maven and then go sign up with something bigger? I know it's kind. No, wait now, calm down. It's a good thing. It's a good move, but I feel like there's this thing about African artists and Nigerian artists. Like if you're not associated with international artists or you're not recognized, they feel like they've not made it or something like that. So I'm like, why is it that this being an African mainstream artist, is it not enough?
No, it's never enough.
Why?
Do you think
it's never enough.
Tiwa is the biggest female artist?
Female artist right now, yeah.
I don't think so.
I knew that.
I knew she would say Yemi.
Yemi Alade.
No.
Yemi Alade might not be bigger. Yemi Alade might not be bigger than Tiwa.
So I think we'll get to that argument. I think we'll have to move
why
this argument.
I actually had to go that way is she's basically conquered Africa. She needs a bigger platform.
Well,
you think a Maven can provide the platform she needs to get records around? Her before she signed, she had to take
Yeah, like she did her research.
She did her research.
She said it
and
took
then,
like 1 year, over a year before she
actually,
signed. But then according to her, she said they'll let her like do her style, her sound, like nothing's going to change.
And the thing is, nobody understands. For me personally, I think nobody actually understands the international scene when it comes to as much as Tiwa Savage and not Whiskey, Shay, because they were trained. They were trained there. You understand? So you understand? No, my point is, people were actually saying that her signing might actually alter the Afro pop in her, and we're like, okay, even if she decides to. She's not switching, but even if she decides to switch, she understands.
She understands, but are they going to pay attention to her over there?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the point, and that's where a lot of people are actually like a little bit skeptical. Like if she actually changes her style, it will definitely affect. You understand?
So right now, is she meant to like start competing with Beyonce and Rihanna?
No. She's going to be the face of. She's going to be the face of Afro pop.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So she has opened. I think she has actually opened a new door where other female African artists can actually, like I believe.
But why are you saying female? Like other artists have done it too. Like
she's the first.
Like who?
Like other artists, not female, Nigeria. Like not female.
No, me, I'm stressing that fact because
Nigerian,
because Nigerian,
South African artists.
No UMG. I don't think any Nigerian artist signed to UMG. None. Tiwa Savage is actually the first. And I know Yemi Alade was reached out. By what's it called? By UMG and Sony also. You understand?
Okay.
But
Sony.
Yes, but her management actually gave a price. You understand? And they were like, it's too much.
Too much.
You understand? So they now said what I was told. You understand was they will have to like her management and they were like when they can afford them they will go and prepare. You understand? And use that kind of amount.
That's okay.
You get so like they are actually doing a lot for Afro pop. Yemi Alade is doing a lot. Tiwa Savage, but I think it is well deserved. Do we feel it's well deserved for Tiwa Savage to like?
It is.
Yeah, it is. No, it's good for like the Nigerian music to like exposure.
Yeah.
Nigeria to the world. Afrobeat is popping right now.
I'm just really worried about
her sound or her career.
Yeah, but she has come out to say she's not changing anything. Like,
and why Tiwa Savage's own is even, I think why hers is big, is because of the people that were involved in her deal. Others, you not hear the top guys, you understand, being part, but the top guys are actually part of her.
It's a huge deal.
So it's actually a huge deal for her because I know where Nigerians are coming from. Like Davido went there to sign an international deal.
Davido was a disaster.
They wanted him to change.
Whiskey too.
No, Whiskey did. I think Whiskey did.
But
After the international and he did well.
Yeah,
like
and then
with Drake and
Trey Songs, a lot of.
My own is Lazarus. As far as his relevance, he's still there, mainstream. That's all that.
I think someone who is actually doing well internationally is Mr. Easy.
Mr. Easy, I was about to say that. Like, is he signed to any?
Yeah, he's not.
He's not signed to any international record?
We signed his.
I think so.
But me, I don't know.
UMG.
I think. Me, Mr. Easy, I don't feel he's just like UK or something. Like he's just
not just UK. Mr. Easy's numbers are mad. If you check Spotify,
so
Mr. Easy is doing mad.
Mr. Easy, yeah.
I think the fear. I think the fear people have actually about the international deals is the fact that it might alter the sound.
Yeah, you go.
I think that's the major fear.
Burna was like. Now it takes us to
Burna Boys,
That guy
it's not really because if you check what happens usually.
You won't blame Burna Boy, especially with the way Davido's own went. You understand?
What he was just that David's own, but David was just his own was just a disaster. Like I don't know, like
he was saying,
he was saying. What did he say?
No, that his artists like they should avoid international deals
as much as.
And what was his?
He's actually signed with Universal.
What was his excuse?
His response is
he didn't even give.
What he actually
exactly like there was no.
He just said he has been hearing things.
Yes.
So there's no basis.
Like what have you been hearing?
I believe why Burna went that way was artists just signed.
Yeah, most artists don't.
Artists just sign and then let's go international.
Yeah, they don't read
YC actually had plenty issues about going international. His EP, he dropped it under that was Sunny, right?
I can't remember.
The EP.
That YC
Yes.
is another.
And then so YC and then his management had plenty issues because of the numbers and everything.
Yeah, and this whole deal. In fact, I think one of our episodes we'll have to talk about even Nigerian record labels that are like a trap
Yeah,
for our community. So
Daniel's
we have to talk
case,
about like
Daniel's
that,
case.
like fresh episode of this podcast. You know, so like basically the bottom line is I think we all agree that Tiwa Savage's deal is
But
is good for Afro.
listening, what happens?
I think time will tell if it's like a good deal, like a good move for her. Time will tell. We'll see how
Okay,
it goes.
according to Tiwa, she said, I think it's important for artists to be 100% sure and aware of what they are getting themselves into. Bona is 1000% correct. People took it out of context. It's a great advice to any artist. You should make sure you see your lawyers and do your personal research. It took me a year to conclude this deal,
So let's believe we all agree that we believe she knows what she got herself into.
But what happens when Afrobeat stops popping? Like what happens when they stop working with Afrobeat? What happens to her?
If for her, or for the whole music?
For her.
Oh,
Tiwa is dynamic enough, so.
But
and that brings it back to. But she was there to sell Afro pop.
Yes.
You understand? Not any other genre of music. Yeah, she's there. So I think she has to be. She has to also meet. You understand the expectations that.
Do you see Afro pop stop failing, as in will it stop popping in the next?
No, he was referring to Tiwa Savage, I think.
No, I'm talking about like not in Nigeria here, like America, like those guys they like
everything.
They switch easily. Like today they like this sound, next tomorrow they like another.
So that and that's the reason why I think our artists need to keep reinventing the wheel. You understand? Like the Afro.
I feel like we're doing it right now. Look at this Alte group. I think they're doing it right now. They found a way of. They found a way of merging like the
unconventional sound.
But actually did everything right to bring in.
I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah, you know. So it's happening. So are we moving to Zlatan? Are we talking about Zlatan now and Naira Marley?
This guy is pressing.
Am I a Yahoo?
I think he's trying to do his research. So
No, funny enough, I'm just.
So talking about Zlatan, talking about Naira Marley, talking about internet fraud.
And why did the EFCC had to do that?
No, we are jumping. We are jumping.
You're jumping. You've moved from the foundation to
I'm in severe pain.
No, the thing is, I think it all started with Simi.
Yes, I was.
And Naira Marley.
Yeah.
You get, and the whole back up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, my question here is, should celebrities should they by context directly or indirectly support internet fraud?
Well, no.
But
nobody holy.
The truth is, no. But does it happen everywhere? It actually happens everywhere. It's like the American artists supporting the drug culture.
Abi?
And then our culture here, as it is at the moment, what we are known for is fraud. Bro, we can't help it. Our music would always support fraud.
And because it is alleged that these so-called 419, they're the ones that actually running the industry. So
right,
imagine when your
you can't bite the hand that feeds you. So
as in,
So what is the EFCC's motive now? Like, what did
have they even brought a statement?
They just brought out that.
Wait, I think Premium Times just did a story saying that these guys are still.
But
no, they've not. That's the story that came out from Premium Times.
I think they are just like questioning them or something.
Yeah,
that's I think for me, I think it's a good move.
By EFCC?
Yes.
But wait, like it's a good move. Like how
for that song
as
is
in,
like
you know they arrested them the next like the day after the video.
The song's going to pop, man.
Yeah, it's going to pop now.
The song
it's already popping.
It's already popping.
Like, check the charts, man.
Oh my god, am I?
So it means EFCC didn't even know about those guys until the song or something. Because why are they arresting them now?
I feel there was an intel. That's what I feel.
Simi went to snitch.
I don't snitch. We can't. People, rugged man.
Okay, yeah, true.
And the rugged man has all the police.
Yeah,
but he debunked. Yeah,
of course
he was
of
on radio and he debunked. Yeah, so
of course. But my own issue, that picture EFCC put out like that. What was that like? Was that a mock
these
show?
guys
Like, chilling now.
gang signs and
Like they look so
Like I don't understand. That's not arrest to me.
I
Like
feel
that's
I think EFCC made a mockery.
Yeah, as in
I feel EFCC made a mockery
Thank
of
you.
themselves by putting a picture like that.
Yes.
You're saying you're indicting people,
and then look at
the kind of
wait,
picture. I don't
was
get
this
it,
taken?
man.
Was the picture taken by EFCC?
Yes, it was even posted on their handle.
Do you know? I thought it was like
At
taken
all.
from social media.
all.
What?
the EFCC posted it.
Nigerians are not serious.
That's
So let's talk about the internet fraud. Should I call it a culture? But let's talk about internet fraud.
Culture, of course.
You understand?
The culture here.
We all know. We see this is not even new to. This is
popular in the north. If you go to
it's
the
West,
south,
man.
oh my God. Yeah.
It's not as popular.
But the funny thing is, these guys are.
I mean, like it's the fraud thing is not as popular in the north as this.
Of course, that's
the southwest. I think every building has an internet fraud.
As you know, back then,
these are clearly
like
then
in Lagos, like in my streets, like,
unverifiable.
There's
Yeah.
someone aspiring
in my
or-
streets in Lagos, like I knew like Yahoo boys, like when we were still like when I was
Yeah.
in like secondary school,
So
anytime
that's
I go to
way
Lagos,
back, man. This is way back.
like you see, they'll tell you, this one is a Yahoo boy. Like they know him, like, but nobody's calling the police or anything at all. Like you
Yeah.
just they'll say, this guy, he just brought it now. That one maga just spit.
So
As in, they were around, like
Yeah. So my point is, if like I want to go back to Noel's point where he's saying like the hip hop culture in America supports violence in terms of drug pushing and gang, like the whole
your gang.
So if we're putting this much energy into condemning internet fraud using music, you understand? I think the narrative should have been done a long time ago. Like this should have been an argument that should have come long ago. Even condemning rap music, that actually, because not all rap music actually, So I personally feel it is, even for like what Ovie said. Yes, if anyone read Ovie's tweet yesterday, that this could actually be detrimental for these guys when it comes to getting work permits, getting visas to other countries. Like you think this thing is,
It's just
small.
you think it's a joke until you begin to.
But Naira Marley is the UK. The UK.
No, I know. Like that's what I'm saying. Being in the UK, I don't think being in the UK stops you from being indicted. Being in the UK doesn't stop.
Arrested 124 times in the
So I mean, I don't see a reason.
Japan now. That's as in for him to be as in.
Yeah.
tells you he has issues with the law every other time.
So I don't know, man.
But what is his music like? Is he
He does the street pop now.
Yeah,
He's
street pop.
He's a street pop artist.
But I like that as in he came from the UK and then he
Yeah.
does that kind of music. Like
Yeah,
most people come from the UK and
most people do not.
Altet
Most people do
or
not even know
something.
that Naira Marley, or
Yeah.
do not even know
Thank
that Naira
you.
Marley stays in the UK.
Yeah.
You know.
here, I'm just knowing that
UK boy, yo.
Mm.
And when he decides to switch to the
Yeah,
UK,
he does that. Like when he was throwing shades at
Yeah.
Simi,
Yeah.
kept going back and forth with the
UK accent.
Yeah. So, yeah, like let's see how it pans out with EFCC and then.
But
Those
what
guys
did I
are going
say?
to be
How
free, I
did-
bet.
how
But at the end, my point is, at the end of the day, if they walk out free from this, I think it's a lost cause for the EFCC, because at the end of the day, these guys will not be scared to.
Celebrities already showing
I
support
think
now.
they-
Free my
you
guys. I
understand?
saw Davido.
Yeah.
Free my guys.
They did no background research. That's why I think I don't know what the EFCC really has on them, because you would not just pick an artist because he voices it out that he supports Yahoo and whatever. What do you have? Can you actually like take this guy to court? Can you hold him down on something and be like, this is what happened, this guy is taking this amount of money made from fraud or whatever? If you can't do that, then why are you holding him?
And that's why I said. That's why
the weekend.
No, that's why I said. And he was even arrested on his birthday.
Yeah.
You understand? So
It's
my point
involvement
is,
mode.
no, my point is, I'll repeat it. I think these guys are working on intel, and if they're not working on intel, then it does not make any sense for you to just come and arrest somebody and there is no foreknowledge, you understand, or anything for you to use, and for you to arrest, because they will in Nigeria when they say they are inviting you for questioning, is the same thing as arresting you. You've been arrested.
If they were invited, apparently they're still in custody.
That's
They are
what
still in
Premium
custody
Times is saying today.
at the moment. So
Yeah,
if
so-
they are still in custody, then that means they are holding them down.
I feel that means there is something, because if you see that picture. One of the guys was actually looking really worried. The rest were
That
just
one.
screaming. And they could not be bothered, but
the guy that's on the system.
yeah, so we can't just. It's not in our place to call anybody a criminal, but the law, of course, will take its due course. But we have to state it. And the thing is, like we pointed out, this whole internet fraud is not something that is very pronounced up north.
Yeah.
What we have our own peculiar cases of.
But there are Yahoo boys in Abuja.
No, we know. we know.
Okay,
A lot of them have
a lot of the
migrated
Yahoo boys
to.
in Abuja actually came in.
Yeah, they moved from.
Yes.
They
Let's
moved
not
from.
call place.
No, we can't call places. Like that's why it's not in our place to call names
Yeah.
or to indict anyone.
But
We
I
are
think Yahoo
just-
boys in Jos.
You'll be
To
surprised.
surprise you. I know.
You'll be surprised.
See, gang
These
shaking his
are
head. This guy,
Because I
Okay,
know KD guys
Yeah.
are good with their systems.
Yeah.
Not
But like
even
it's not.
good
It generally it's not a culture. It's not something you know.
Yeah, it's not a culture.
You know, so yeah. Now since we're digressing and going and it's leading towards EFCC, let's talk about the police. Let's talk about the police. And I think Jennifer will want to give her time to, because this actually
The raid
affects,
issue.
the raid, you know, because there's been a lot of campaigns, you know, a lot of protests going on right now. You know, I think the Nigerian police they've lost it. They've lost it. That's the honest truth, because when you talk about SARS, we all know January up to
So, SARS on
you
the
know,
beat.
no.
Nice one.
You know, the federal police, you know.
I was coming back yesterday at Galadima roundabout. Most of us are here actually in Abuja at the moment. Galadima roundabout, the food, and out of nowhere, SARS in the evening, roughly a few minutes to 6, and then my mom was driving. Then a guy was in a tinted Ford Explorer. This nigga was just pointed to the side. The moment this nigga wound down, I saw he was spotting a beard. And my mom actually was like, oh,
Okay, you don't be.
Like, imagine when it's that bad now.
Yeah. So, Jenny, this is where you like
Man,
come in.
this police thing, I feel like if we're going to, you know, we all know the culture of police now. We all know their systems and the way they move, from the SARS to the police, especially police in Abuja here. We've heard of so many times they've actually killed people here. So I feel like if we're going to actually tackle these problems, like, man, kudos to the women who have been protesting. Like, I applaud them so well. I wasn't chance to go out and protest, but I mean, it was really brave, and it kind of showed that we have hope, like, you know. But then I feel like if we're going to tackle these problems, it should be from our mentality, because whether we like it or not, this particular problem, it stems from like a discrimination towards women. I know people will oppose it kind of because of SARS. Calm down now.
Yeah,
Because of
not
SARS,
saying
No, you're laughing now. Well, but I mean, like, they went into the club, picked up women, assuming that they were prostitutes, and then arrested the women. And then after arresting them, they sexually assaulted them. I actually heard, I don't know how true this is, but that they raped women using pure water sachet as condoms or something. So I feel like this stems from our mentality towards women in general. If we want to tackle this is why I was saying this about Faust
Oh.
yesterday. Yes, because you can hear his own opinions about sex workers and transactional sex. He feels like they are like the biggest demons that have ever happened or something like that. And I feel sex workers I feel like, if you ask me, sex work should be legalized.
Well, but
Yes,
sex work is
calm
still a
down.
crime in Nigeria.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I said it should be legalized. This is, this whole thing, the attitude towards sex workers is like a ripple effect.
Yes.
It,
To a large
like
extent,
yes, our mentality towards them is the reason why you see me dressed going to the club, and then the police guy will come and say, "Oh yeah, Shao, come here." Like, so I feel like we need, if we're going to tackle these problems, we need to speak on it honestly, and we need to change our mentality towards sex workers.
Yeah, and like,
okay.
yeah, go.
I feel like they have rights too. They
Yeah.
are citizens, so they should have human rights. Apart from the whole thing that they would say, oh, these other activities go on in sex work organizations or whatever. I feel like we should be able to back them up. They should have their rights because they do sex work. That is on their own will.
Do not forget alleged, because most
Yeah,
of
no,
the
I'm
women
talking.
now are
No,
telling
I'm
you,
not.
"Nah,
I'm not.
fam, we don't do this."
No, I'm not talking about the women that
Yes.
were arrested.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay.
talking about like
Generally.
generally,
Oh,
as
okay.
sex work should have, like, we
I
should
actually
regard
am
sex
seeing
work
legalize
something.
it.
So me, I aside looking at it from that perspective where sex workers should be treated. Of course, they have fundamental human
Yeah.
rights.
Human rights.
I feel this is a human rights abuse.
Violation.
So even if it was not done to
Yeah.
sex workers, as long as human beings were involved
Yeah.
in this, you understand, you have violated people. Because I don't think, if the stories that are emanating saying that these women were raped
Yeah.
using, even if you use protection,
They were raped.
as
They were
long as it
raped,
is not
raped.
consensual,
Yes,
you understand,
raped
it is.
raped, yeah.
Those, some were not raped, they were extorted,
Yeah.
some were molested,
Yes.
some were physically abused.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think this should be, because I think personally I feel when you because there are moral issues.
Yeah.
There are people
Exactly,
there are moral issues where there are people who actually support
That they should.
sex workers should be arrested.
and
Sex workers should be
molested.
prosecuted. Sex workers should be this, because they see it from a moral
From moral
perspective.
Perspective,
You
yeah.
understand? But when you look at morality and human rights, sometimes they do not
They do not
go hand in hand. It's not like the
Morality is
LGBT
never
community.
fair.
You
Yeah.
understand? So you can't.
Should we say morality? We should say like religious morals, because
Yeah.
morality in general, it's basic human right. Treating someone in the appropriate manner, it's just humanity.
Well,
So if we say morality as a whole, it's like, oh no, like there's.
As it is, I would look at Nigeria now. If you look at Nigeria, most people are classified either Christians,
Yeah, our
Muslims,
morality
and
is
then traditionalists,
based
and then
religious driven.
virtually all of them frown on sex
work.
working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
why
where
I-
it
yeah.
And
starts.
that's why I brought out the more not
Moral
even
aspects,
not even religion,
religious,
even our
moral.
culture.
Yes.
You understand? Even our culture.
frowns. So
You understand?
that's
So-
why even the traditionalists.
So if you deny a person right to life, because if you deny a person right to life, it means they'll have to look for alternative. Now, some of these sex workers will tell you that they don't actually even like the work they do, but it's because they do not have any
Yeah.
alternative.
Yeah.
They will want to stand on the road. You understand? Except it was made legal. Yeah, but if you make it legal, you understand, and you provide alternative means for people to make a living, and they still stand on the road, it means that is what they actually want to do as a profession.
Yes.
You understand? A lot of these people have been denied rights to life,
Yeah.
and that's why they are on the road. So, in as much as there are a lot of people that view from that moral compass where
Yeah.
it is wrong for prostitutes to be on the road, it's wrong for strippers to be in the club, you understand? We need to understand that these same people are entitled to rights. You understand? And you cannot violate them. You cannot be people who are supposed to enforce the law, you understand, and you break the law. I could imagine someone going to the police station on account of rape. The police is supposed to treat that kind of case. The police is not supposed to be involved, you understand, in that kind of case. So I think we have really lost it we have really lost it as a nation, because you're supposed to run into the police for protection, but right now we're running away from the police.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get, and it's really sad. It's really sad. And I like how not just women activists. I like how everybody's involved.
Everybody.
Yeah.
There are a lot of men who the protest that was at
Abuja.
at FCT.
Yeah.
A lot of guys were like virtually going to fight.
Yeah, so
with
like
the police.
because it is I keep
Friday.
saying this, like when we begin to understand that human beings or every human life matters, you understand, we will keep going around the same circle. And that's why I think we'll still be going around the whole circle for SARS. Like people keep talking about SARS is doing this, SARS is doing it's because I think we're comfortable being treated badly in this country.
I don't think we are comfortable.
Because I don't understand. Because if we're not comfortable being treated, look at what happened in Sudan. It was the tripling of the price of bread.
Yes.
You understand?
Wow.
That pushed these people to the wall.
Bread.
You understand? Yes, bread. So, how long do we need to be pushed to the wall to?
They've tripled the price of everything.
You get, and
Yes.
that's why I say like we're comfortable.
People.
I don't understand
I don't
where
know
the
if
problem
it's-
is.
Nothing takes us out
about
of our house. We
comfort.
do go out.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
The next thing is me I go die for Nigeria for waiting now. You understand?
Only me.
You get. So like when this guy that was stray bullet killed in Lagos, what's his name? Johnson
Yeah,
Kolade.
Kolade.
You understand? And there was supposed to be a protest.
Nothing happened.
People didn't turn up to
Really?
this protest. Yes.
Shout
We
out
believe
to
we should be on
the
Twitter
Nigerians.
until we leave the social community. I'm not saying social media is bad. I love the social media. I love how powerful that tool is in modern
Getting
day
message
revolution.
across.
Yeah.
You understand?
But
But
ends
it-
under the
exactly, like,
ends
the
there.
result
Lies-
is not-
lies there.
you know, so like
Large
And
extent,
this is
until we
why
start
I
getting into the
applauded
streets.
this is why I applauded the protest that went on, because it was from Twitter. They started trending this
Yeah.
hashtag say her name,
Yeah.
and then from there on they decided to,
And
go
then
to
there was
the
another
streets.
protest in London. No?
yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
there
Bella.
Yes.
There
Bella
was in
and
London,
a
there
couple of
was
other-
one in Ghana,
Yeah,
there was
so-
one in Abuja,
Oh.
Lagos, and Port Harcourt.
There are a couple of protests
I saw
happening.
the
I think
Lon- I saw
I think
pictures of the London.
I think it is a paradigm shift. I think we're
Yeah,
going to be slowly
exactly,
but surely
Exactly.
Women
So,
have
yeah.
a way of always doing
yes, making
stuff
things
like
happen.
this.
Nigga, we are pushed to the wall. Like, what do you mean?
Well,
We're
as
being
much as-
pushed.
So
We're
okay, during
tired.
fuel subsidies and when the guys are getting shot by police.
Yeah,
you
it
guys
should not be when it shouldn't be when it's convenient for you people
No,
alone.
it's
Yeah,
not. It's not
exactly.
about convenience. There's this thing that men always just sit down and be like, "Oh, okay. Let me just say, this protest was driven by mostly feminists. Let me just say, yeah. So, and if we're talking about this whole NSAS thing, and if you listen well, you would hear some women talking about it and being against
There are
it.
a lot
But
of women
because
who get arrested too.
Look, wait, nah. But because like the men are the ones that are mostly
Now we
affected
dey
now.
suffer.
Uh-huh. The men don't come out, they don't do anything. They just sit and whine and say they are against us and stuff
Keyboard,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah. And then they expect us to come out and do it for them. I'm not trying to like put any divide here or something, but if it affects you mostly, you should be able to do something about it. Do you understand? I will support you. I'm against NSAS 100%. Like I'm supporting NSAS. Sorry, I'm supporting them like 100%. Like you're not supposed to do things based on stereotypes or what is it, Seth? The way people look, it's stupid. So, but I feel like if it affects you mostly, you should have the courage to, take it to the streets, just like.
We should take everything to the streets.
Let's take
That's
everything
bottom line.
to the
But has it really
Irrespective. You said?
Going to the streets.
Has it really worked in Nigeria?
That's what
No.
The fuel subsidy during Jonathan actually worked.
Yeah, and it was a.
What the, under
and it was-
Buhari,
it
has
was-
anything
no,
worked?
not
Nobody
like
has
no.
gone
The
to
thing
the
is,
streets.
You see now.
I think it's fear.
Yes.
It's fear because, like you said, if the number of people that came out for that subsidy, what was it called that time? There was something. It was called something. You understand?
Yeah.
At that time, 2012, 1st January. If the number of people that came out to protest, you understand? That time, at the number of people that are coming out now to protest, I think we'll see.
At that time there was more of fear. I feel like at that time we weren't really vocal, but now we have a lot of youths
Now we're vocal online. We're not
Now we are more
vocal
vocal
like on the streets, and that's what we're saying.
Should I say our parents had a way of like making nigga, you ain't going nowhere.
Yes, now.
So,
I can remember
now
watching
instead,
this
So
protest.
we just go on keyboards.
Yes,
and
I could remember watching this protest together with my parents, and my mom was like, Jenny, look at people like you going out on the street. I'm like, Mom, if you know, if I was in Abuja right now, I would have been there. And then they are like, we hope the police will not come and start doing what, you know, just inciting fear or something. I'm like, nah, man, we need to be courageous like this. We need to be bold and refuse to be silenced.
until we stand up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So should we still do the album review?
Whose album is it again?
We're meant to talk about alternate
ending.
I was going to say alternate sound.
Okay, or should we move that to?
No, we should talk about it.
Let's quickly.
Okay, we could do like a quick recap and a quick review of the album.
We need to know who these people are.
It's Boogey and Payback.
I don't know.
Let's talk about it. I agree.
Boogey person. Payback delivered and then had but.
No man, stay back for me, man. Everybody.
So wait,
Boogie is fire. Like everybody,
so
Boogie has always been fire.
I want us to do it like
no,
this.
on that album.
On the album.
Payback.
So I want us to do
Payback time. It's
I want
payback
us to do it
time.
like this. I want us because when you're reviewing an album, I think the first thing you do is you rate by lyrical content.
Yeah.
You understand? You rate by sound, the quality of the sound and the production. Then with that, so what
your guy, Abi?
what was the production for you like?
Yeah?
What was the production for you like?
Dope.
Then, in terms of lyrical content, what do you
We have Boogie. And Beaver, what
When there is Boogey, I don't
what
think
else?
Lyrics as in to me, okay, I'm a Boogey person.
so like
That-
should we talk about any of the songs and like make reference to
That
what?
intro. Do you see that intro? The intro. I'm just trying to understand that intro. Do you listen to the album?
No, like I've not fully digested.
Oh.
I'm actually going to work on a review for the album,
Yeah.
but like I'll have to give it. That's why I'm not saying anything yet.
Okay. No, I've listened to the album like
Well,
5
Because
times.
I saw your tweet and you were
Yeah.
like, this album is.
As in,
and I
I've
was
listened to the album
alternate
like
ending,
over
yeah.
5 times. I had to follow Payback, and I said, "Follow me back, Payback." He followed me back. Like,
okay,
So I think basically what I feel here is, I think there is a guys are actually waking up. You understand? Like MI was like, fix up your
Yeah,
and we have rappers that
since,
who are actually, Boogey and Payback are not actually even new to the game.
Sure, now,
but I
they've been
think
there,
they've
they've been
actually like responded to the clarion call for people to.
and you know this is
actually
like
wake
this is
up.
their second album, like
together.
no, they had it. I think they had Johnny Abi, but I know this is their second album in the space of a year now.
Yeah.
They both dropped like an album. I think towards the end of last year.
No, Payback did one now.
They
Payback
both
did
dropped,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the title. Anyways, but my point is, like, the rap scene this year has been quite impressive. I don't know who else shares in that sentiment. Black Bones has been doing really well.
Black Boy is the hottest rapper for me right now. He's the hottest rapper.
Dremo has woken up like real good.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, Dremo Dizzy. This new Abuja boy, Psycho YP. Psycho YP is doing really good.
Okay.
Then you can now talk about Boogey and Payback also like supporting AQ. You understand?
Yeah,
AQ is killing it, you know. And then Loose Cannon is like
Loose
slowly
Cannon,
coming back. You understand?
The album was dope too now.
Yeah,
Crown,
the album was
Loose
dope.
Cannon,
Crown was
mad.
the album was also.
And
I
don't
think,
forget SDC to drop.
no, never. You cannot take
So
away.
okay, now this album or SDC's album?
SDC.
Nah, man. Nah.
Abdul is here. Abdul is on the line.
He on
Abdul,
speaker.
say something.
Please talking about alternate ending over Ruffee.
Now. Yes,
Razaq,
now.
it's Razaq.
See, alternate ending over SDC. I'm sorry, I love SDC, but I'm sorry, man. I'll still pick that. I'll pick alternate ending over.
Why?
It's doper. Fire.
No, that's not possible.
Abdul.
You know, I have a problem with lost and found, you do. Like Boogey and Payback.
Yeah.
Energies don't match. Like one is a top MC, like the finest around here. And the other is a decent rapper at best.
How can you?
What
Wait. Which one is a decent rapper that you're telling me now? Please.
Payback.
No. Wait,
Yes,
he might be a decent
rapper,
rapper, but on that album he wasn't decent. He was dope.
No, but the energies don't match.
Why now? Why not?
Better than one.
So me, I think Abdul.
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm like, can we make a particular reference to a track where Payback did not actually deliver?
Of course.
Which of the tracks?
No, they all delivered, but I'm saying one is a better MC than the other, so the energies don't match.
So okay, if the
Yeah, but
energy.
they can't both be on the same.
No, they
on the
can't-
same
of course, they
thing
can't be
now.
on the
It's
same
not possible
pedestal.
now. Even SDC, what's his name? Tech and Ghost are not on the same
Yeah,
level.
no, they're not.
But on the last album, Tech came through.
Of course, but it's closer than
Yes.
Nah.
I think.
yeah. And I'm seeing people talking about.
Tech and
Okay.
Ghost.
Personally, Abdul,
Yeah, that's not possible now.
I've not listened to alternate
Abdul,
ending like
for
all
me,
the tracks.
I mean, see, Clone Wars dropped this year.
Yeah.
You guys know Moon Knight dropped an album.
No.
I know Modern dropped an album.
I've not even
published
listened.
it.
I
See,
did.
you
I'm
guys
actually.
pay attention to the wrong thing.
See,
Pay attention to the wrong thing, seriously.
I'm sorry, but I'm tired of listening to Mode 9. That's the
Why?
thing. I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm tired of listening to Mode 9, man.
That's the best.
But
thing
that album
you
is
see
that album
as
is
well,
sick.
Like,
Yes, I'll go look for
No,
it.
I'll go and look for it, but
Sick.
I'm tired of listening to Mode 9.
Like I was way too impressed that Modern could actually still bring that form.
Are you sure I did? Maybe I even listened, but I can't even
Maybe you
remember.
saw it,
I
but you
don't
didn't listen
think
to
if you
it.
listen
When did it
You
drop?
listen
When
to
did it
it.
drop? When did it drop?
Mode 9. If you listen to Mode 9, you remember.
But I'm actually tired of Mode 9. That's the truth. Like
Wow.
Why you?
the same old throwing subs, as in.
Yeah, it's original now. It doesn't change.
No, I don't. I'm just tired.
So Abdul, your point is because the energies don't match, it is not a.
That's my problem. No, that's my problem with. That's why.
But okay, rate it
you
on
guys
this
listen to Face Off.
1 to 5. 1 to 5. How will you rate the album?
2.5.
Ah, come on.
Don't stand out for me,
Abdul.
seriously. And then the features on the albums, the guest artists, they brought their A game.
Yes.
Yeah, Joey's was on it. Like,
Danladi,
Yeah,
yes.
Joey.
Danladi now. Money.
Shout
Talking
out.
about the guest artists, how far Joey is? Where is Noel? Tell us.
Yeah, we yo.
Alpha Joey's.
Joey's is
They talk
Danladi down now.
Talking about Joey's is talk for another.
He's in
day.
Lagos now, or
Joey's
something.
is in
No.
Jos.
The guy has been quiet like
Joey's is
forever.
in Jos. Joey's actually has songs recorded.
So
But-
what's happening?
I think we would ask
as
his
same as
little-
verbs now. So
He has a management. I think Sizzle would.
I'm sure it was Sizzle that brought him on that album. Don't pass.
Well,
Yeah.
yes. I think it's. No, it's Charlie X. Charlie X and.
Okay.
And then all the producers delivered to Charlie X,
Yeah.
Sizzle, Black Intelligence.
Yeah.
no, but production was like production was
Production
top
was-
notch. It was top notch.
Me,
was
it's
top
payback time, Abdul. It's payback time.
Payback time.
Yeah, it's payback
So I
time.
think I'll need to listen to the album, then revisit, then do a review.
How
written
can you
review.
tell me that album is? How can you tell me payback didn't come
Some
through?
songs stand out. And funny enough, my best song on the album is by Payback, but then the Boogey Man, I think that's my favorite
Yes,
song.
Boogeyman
Okay.
is my favorite. Okay, I had to go listen to Boogeyman.
So who killed it on Boogeyman?
Payback.
Eh. So what are you now telling me,
But that
Abdul?
doesn't mean. That doesn't mean. It's out.
No, you're looking for.
Okay, anyways, I think Abdul.
Jenny's
Abdul.
quiet. See how she just tell you.
Because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh,
Anyways.
Jenny's here, by the way, Abdul. Jennifer.
Jenny
Hey,
Dan on
Abdul.
Twitter.
He knows now.
I think we went to the same primary school.
Okay.
Wow.
So you guys can do your reunion after this. It was nice having you, Abdul.
Thanks.
Thanks
Yeah.
for your thoughts, bro.
I'm gonna go and break your fast sharply. I know you're.
No, thanks.
Alright.
So guys, I think
Oh wait, you
yeah.
guys have to recommend where we can get all these people's music.
iTunes.
It's on jaguda.com. my friend.
my god.
Music
you
at
guys have it
jaguda.com.
That's illegal now. I did downloading on Jaguda or something. They meant to. I
No,
know where to buy.
No, you can't download it, but it redirects you to iTunes.
Oh, okay,
The fan
okay.
link is there, so yeah,
Okay.
everything is there for you, man. So yeah. Jenny, was nice having you here. I think we should have a subsequent
Shout out.
edition. Shout
I
out
told
to
her now, like
Jenny should.
anytime she wants
Jenny,
to.
Jenny's
like you're always welcome. You're in-house, man.
In-house consultant.
Yes, sir. Women rights.
Yeah, I forgot to read her bio. Why did I forget?
Get that bio. Get that bio. Wait,
Get that bio. Expose her.
Oh wow. Jenny said, is it that bad?
Why are you shy now?
I'm not
Why
shy.
is my
Like
network?
it's cool, man. I put it there. That was the whole point.
Where is it go?
What's the
We've done 51 minutes.
Are you serious? Yeah, no,
It's a
that's-
good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good time actually.
So Jennifer's bio is
what you guys are talking about?
Anyway, Jenny is here by the way, Abdul. Jennifer.
Jenny
Hey,
Dan on
Abdul.
Twitter.
He knows now.
I think we went to the same primary school.
Okay.
Wow.
So you guys can do a reunion after this. It was nice having you, Abdul.
Thanks.
Thanks
Yeah.
for your thoughts, bro.
I'm gonna go and break your fast sharply. I know you're.
No, thanks.
Alright.
So guys, I think
Oh wait, you
yeah.
guys have to recommend where we can get all these people's music.
iTunes.
It's on jaguda.com.
Oh my god.
Music
you
at
guys have it
jaguda.com.
That's illegal now. I did download it on Jaguda or something. They're meant to, I
No,
know where to buy.
No, you can't download it, but it redirects you to iTunes.
Oh, okay,
The fan
okay.
link is there, so yeah,
Okay.
everything is there for you, man. So yeah, Jenny, was nice having you here. I think we
Yeah.
should have a subsequent
Shout out.
edition. Shout
I
out
told
to
her
Jenny.
now, like
Jenny should.
anytime she wants
Jenny,
to.
Jenny's
like you're always
in-house-
welcome. You're in-house, man.
In-house consultant.
Yes, sir. Women rights.
Yeah, I forgot to read her bio. Why did I forget?
Get that bio. Get that bio. Wait,
Get
let's
that bio.
see.
Expose her.
Oh wow. Jenny said, is it that bad?
Why are you shy now?
I'm
Why
not
is my
shy.
network?
Like it's cool, man. I put it there. That was the whole point.
Where is it go?
What's the
We've done 51 minutes.
Are you serious? Yeah, no,
It's a
that's-
good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good time actually.
So Jennifer's bio is
an Afri-feminist
an Afri-feminist switching from a fixed and rigid psychology based on outdated ideals to an open and flexible psychology based on updated ideals.
They were going to be on logistics.
Shout out to Ife Abi.
Yeah, shout out. Okay. Anyways, that's topic
That's
one.
another. That's another.
I
And
think-
Johnny Drill is finding Ife, so I don't know.
Oh, so yeah.
Well, have you guys listened to Johnny Drill's dive into production? That Jai song for
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
For
Ladipo,
Pope.
yeah.
yeah, I
Mad,
love-
mad.
like
It was
that's
fantastic.
something
Dope song.
And that's my jam.
Yeah,
The
dope.
video is the video.
The video is, oh, yeah.
Decent
to.
video. I love the video.
I actually got to get to like that Lexus a little more after that. Oh my god.
Man, I need to go and
We're doing adverts for Lexus at this point.
It's Nigeria.
www. How many W's does it?
No, they're just
5.
Like-
WWNS.
www.jaguda.com. Or you can go to echonigeria.com.
.ng.
.ng. Okay, .ng.
I think at
Yes,
this
it's
point,
yours.
at this point, we should get to wrap up.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we
we're
are done,
We're
right?
done. Yeah, we're done.
So guys,
So people will be having other episodes.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh, yes.
Jenny said Game of Thrones is the best thing to happen to pop culture. and I don't agree, man.
Why?
So no, this should be for our next
Episode,
episode
yes.
because we're not going to leave this place.
Yes.
When we start the GOT argument.
I can't wait.
But
So-
he said Michael Jackson, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson is
You
not
see,
part
you
of
guys-
the
We
Yeah,
have
we're
to- So on our next episode, Game of Thrones and Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yes.
And guys, don't forget to follow us on Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram,
SoundCloud.
Facebook,
Everywhere.
SoundCloud, just
Anchor.
everywhere.
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 Notorious Pod.
Just Google Notorious Pod and yeah, we'll pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll pop up.
Spelled notorious for them. They
Yeah,
will
Of North.
true.
North.
North.
NORTHORIOUS. Notorious Pod. PODCAST podcast. Just type that on Google and yeah.
You know, I feel so privileged to be the first guest.
Hey,
First
that's
guest.
what's up.
Well, and then so Abdul is not here.
PK is not
Yes.
here.
So
Yeah.
Let me end this podcast one word.
do this.
Are you ready to end it?
No.
Are you ready to end the
We are
podcast?
Yes,
good
we're
to
ready.
go.
Dracarys.
I knew that was what you were going to say. I swear. Yeah, we're done.
So guys, bye.
Yeah, thanks for having
Bye,
us.
guys. Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it was.
So how many hours?